Here we are in Access on the right and with the answer on the left. These documents are on Teams, the answer documents. If you've bought this pack on Times Education website, the documents are with the video links. We are going to go to Create and blank form. So Form 6b is always a blank form. It gives us this expanse of white, not very useful. Go to Design and let's expand that out because we're going to need plenty of space to draw on our form. Let us put in Form Design a label. So I'll hold my mouse over it, I get a tooltip saying label. A label is something that prints text. It doesn't refer to a text box, it doesn't do a calculation, so we can't break it with what we type into it. And let's have fee analysis and make that nice and big. Format. Let's make it red. Let's make it heavy. Didn't click on it properly. And let's make the font size a decent size. There we go. So now we have a heading saying fee analysis. Put it roughly in the middle. And let's have another label to say input the basic site fee increase in. Now to make it to press enter on this, if I press enter, it goes off a text box. I'm saying I'm finished there. So on the right, you can see the text box, the label unselect itself from adding text. To press enter in a text box in Teams, hold shift and then press on Teams. On Access, hold shift and then press enter, and then you can add carriage returns. Input the new council fee, select a position. So we are telling the user what they have to do. You could make the form first and then put this in later, but this will get you a mark for making the form usable. Let's make the font text align. There you go. Let's make text align center. Cool, and that's the labels and stuff done. So now we want to put in the current year. So current year, and let's put in that is another label. You can tell labels from text boxes because text boxes are solid. You can't see the background, and the text is a darker black. You probably can't see it on the YouTube video because of compression, but on my screen I can clearly see the text is a darker black. So labels are transparent. You can see the background, which is quite annoying. Not when you look at it properly, the form, but in design view you can see the background through it, and the text color is a little bit gray. So text boxes are clearly more important, they're more solid. Text box, let's work out the current year. And that is going to be, so I've already got a label, so I can delete the label that automatically came with the text box. There we go. So there's my text box as Unbound. And I'm going to put in equals dmax. And dmax is a function which returns a value. We're going to be using a lot of functions for this form, and they all have those round brackets because they have arguments to help tell it what value to return. We want it to return the maximum year ID from table fee. So I'll just double check. Yeah, so it's year ID in table fee. Field name and then table name for these. So I'm going to type in year ID. That's that's not in square brackets like you use elsewhere, like for reports. It is in these D commands do use speech marks, shift and 2, comma, and then table fee. So we are telling Access, please find the year ID field in table fee. We've done that with equals dmax. It's a function, so it returns a value. It needs an argument, so we use circle brackets to contain that. Round brackets, and we put the field name in speech marks, comma, and then the table name. That's the general formatting rule. And we will get the current year of 2023, which is the maximum year from table fee. If I literally add in 2099, There we go. Save that. If I mess around with table fee, it will now find the maximum year of 2099, which is obviously wrong. Oh, let's save this form as well. FRM fees. I've already got an FRM fee. So FRM fees, table owner. Sorry, wrong. Table fee, just delete that. So all that command is doing is finding the maximum year in table fee. That's all it's doing. Then we want it to find the basic site fee. So we've got current year. Now we're going to get the basic site fee. So I'm going to draw a new text box, or I could actually copy this one because then it won't give me an annoying label that I have to delete. That's a bit easier. This one is going to have a lot of stuff in it. Now we need to make sure that in design view, what we write into these text boxes can be seen. So this will need to be quite large because there's a lot we're going to type in. Equal D lookup. Another D, that's for data, by the way, the data command, again a function, again round brackets. And we want to get basic site fee. Now, if I forget what that's called, I'll just open table fee. Basic site fee, there we go. We want to get basic site fee from table fee. Now, we're not finished because we need to tell access to get the basic site fee from table fee based on the current year ID that we have found in the text box we made first. So we want access to find this 2023 that we calculated. And that has to update based on what the max year is as we add more data. As we go to 2024, 2025, we need the one below to update. Note that currently it takes the first value. So that's not working. It's taking the first value, which is 2000 from the year 2018. That's not good. So we're going to add another comma, and we're going to tell access. We want you to get basic site fee from table fee where year ID equals, and that's all in quotation marks. If you can't quite see what I'm doing on the right, then have a look on the left in this Word document. That should be clearer. Where year ID equals where year ID equals current year. So we need to join the string, the text string, or put a full stop rather than the comma on the right. We need to join the string of year ID equals in quotation marks with current year. And this is where we finally use square brackets because we're referring to a text box in the form. So when we use square brackets in a query, a report, or a form, we're referring to something within that query, report, or form. So for the D commands in forms that we're using right now, to refer to a field in a table elsewhere in a database, speech marks, shift 2. When we want to refer to a text box within the form, square brackets. That's exactly right. Yeah, we want to refer to a text box in the form, query or report, square brackets, current year. Current year, there we go. So let's make sure that's visible for the marker. The marker can give us full marks for that because we can see it. So this is the basic site fee. Cool. Let's give that a label. Control C and Control V to cut and paste, copy and paste. You can right click as well. Basic site fee. Now we want the council fee. So let's copy the label. Control C, Control V. Council fee. That's the current one in the current year. That's why it's in the current year heading. I can make that current year heading bolder and bigger just so we can see that it's important. That wouldn't be a terrible idea. So in property sheet, which I can get to pressing this button or by double clicking any yellow box. If I close it again, I can double click any box there. Whatever you click on, we change the property sheet to that. So I can change that label to this label to this label to this text box. When we do that, it changes what's going on here. So current year, font weight, heavy, and just make it a bit bigger. There we go. That's making it pretty enough. You can make forms prettier, but it really is diminishing returns. I wouldn't worry about doing any more than this at all. What we're going to do is copy the text box that was a D lookup for basic site fee and change it into one that's council fee. All I've got, I could have typed this whole thing out again, but that's silly. Literally just copy and paste it and change basic site fee to cancel fee. Is that right? Yes, that is what the field is called. So we've got one text box doing a D lookup of basic site fee and table fee where year ID equals current year, joined by that and we just copy and paste that and change the field of basic site fee to cancel fee, and I have broken it. Hooray, it doesn't work. So D lookup, basic site fee, table fee, year ID, and current year. I have no idea why that doesn't work. Is there something wrong here? Year ID, have we got all my? Let's get rid of this bit. That works. So it was the stuff after year. I know why it doesn't work. So I did make a big deal earlier of make sure you know what the names of your text boxes are. I am asking Access to find this text box called current year, and it's asking me name. So I need to go, oh yeah, I haven't named current year properly. This text box is currently called name text 5. It's not got anything other than a default name, which I'm not going to remember. So I changed that to current year, and now this will work here because this text box is going to look up to current year. Brilliant, excellent. I also need this basic site fee to be referred to later. I need to call this something like, so this box here next to basic site fee, D lookup to basic site fee, I need that to have a name to refer to later. I will call it current fee because we need to add the later fee increase to current fee. Council fee I'm not going to refer to later because I'm going to type in a completely new council fee later, so I can leave this as a default text 10. So how did I change the name? I open the property sheet either by pressing here on property sheet or double clicking here on any yellow box. I find the right text box I want to rename. You never need to rename a label, but you do need to rename some text boxes. Go to all or other and change name to something you will remember with no spaces, of course. You know, spaces are bad in table names, field names, and so on. It's true for text box names too, no spaces. And I change it to what I've typed here. So if I'd call it Garfield's favorite food, which is lasagna, then I want to call that whatever I'm referring to there. Current year makes sense because that's a label. So this text box, DMAX or year ID table fee, is now called current year. So the basic site fee and council fee lookups can look to current year to work correctly. However, this is all making sense. I'm trying to take my time. We're 13 minutes in and we've barely done much of this form, but hopefully I've explained everything enough. Just going to narrow these, move this so I can see the whole width, because now we're going to put in the next year. So Control C, Control V. I've copied this label. That warning there means nothing. It's just unassociated. We want it to be. It's not linked to a text box. Access can just be quiet on this one. Next year, which is the year after this one, which is current year plus 1. So I am going to make a copy of this and just add plus 1 to it. There we go. No, I'm not because it doesn't work. I didn't type 1. I typed in exclamation mark like a great big jabroni. There we go. So we just copied that text box and added 1 to it, and we get 2024. Easy. We're going to have a text box now for the user to enter site fee increase. So I'm going to draw a text box. That won't have any commands in it. It'll just be named so we can refer to it later. So leave that on bound and enter site fee increase. Because we do say up here, input the basic site fee increase, and that is what they're doing in this box. So enter site fee increase. Leave that on bound. We can make it a bit smaller. We do need to give it a name though, because this has not got a suitable name yet. I can move a lot of boxes at once, by the way, by drawing with my mouse, which is quite useful. And I can move them with the mouse or with the key, with the arrow pads, the arrow keys on my keyboard. Useful for maneuvering things. Enter site fee increase. I want that to be called fee increase. So later on, I'm going to take the number the user types. More on that in a bit. In fact, I'm going to use it right now. I am now going to draw a new text box. And this is going to be an equals for, to tell the access this text box is going to do a calculation. And it's going to be my current fee text box, which is the one called basic site fee, plus the one we just made, which was fee increase. So we're going to add the current fee to fee increase, make that viewable for the examiner so they can see the calculation, and that is going to be called new basic site fee. So now the user has got the old fee for 2023 and the new one for 2024 based on what the user adds for enter site fee increase. By the way, when I make the dates, when I say the dates 2023, 2024, that depends on what the data we have in table fee is. If we add more data, it will find a new max. So we could make this these dates whatever we want by modifying that. That is what these text boxes are doing. Find the current max year and adding one to it for next year. Let's see that works. So if we add £200 to the fee, 2251 plus 200 equals 2451. Excellent, chef's kiss, all working. Now we are going to have the option to add a cancel fee. I am just going to copy and paste the enter site fee increase and change it to enter new cancel fee. Obviously, we need to change the name of this text box because that is the default text 17. That's not good. And we're going to call this new cancel as a new cancel fee. Call it whatever you want in the exam, just as long as you go back and double check for your future calculations that use it. Now we need to give the position stuff a go. We're almost finished. We do have highest year ID, basic site fee. I'll just do highest year ID there, basic site fee there, cancel fee there, next year ID there, and everything's labeled so the user can understand it. Amount of the increase there. Adds it to the new basic site fee, a chance to put the new council fee, and now we're going to do the last part. I'll highlight it for you. So let's just tick off what we've done. We've done that. It's a bit wide, sorry, it's a bit large. There we go, we've done that, we've done that. Not ticking very well, so we've done all those. We've done this, we've done this, we've done this, we've done this. So now what we've got left is everything below the line. All the pitch position stuff where we talked about how if I change the page, if the position is Riverside, it is the fee plus 5%, Woodside fee plus 2%, Central no changes. So we're going to need to calculate all that. So first of all, we're going to draw a combo box for position. So I want the So combo box, look at wizard. We're going to select two fields. So I want to get the combo box to get the values from table position. Let's just double check. I'll just cancel this and delete it. Let's be absolutely sure. Table position, I'm going to get the position and the yearly site fee increase to be in my report, my form, should I say, to be in my form so that I can use them to modify that number here, that percentage, to modify my basic site fee. So I'm in table, I want table position, and I want the position name, which is called position, and the yearly site fee adjustment, which is called that without spaces. So database, form design, combo box, that's combo box, hold your mouse over, you get a tooltip. And I'm going to do a table lookup next, table position. I don't want position ID, I want position and yearly site fee adjustment next. It's going to look like this, looks good to me. Next, I'm going to call it position. Yeah, it should be called position. So that is correct. Finish. Put that in a nice place. Resize it in a cool way. So it looks decent. You could have a heading there called position, but I've already got a label, so I'm done with that. And the user can select Riverside, Central, or Woodside, and they see the fee increase. We will also show them that again. We are going to show them the site fee adjustment. So that is going to be a text box there. That is going to be equals combo position. Now that's the text box name, which I haven't changed. So let's change the name of the text box in form properties, CBO position. So now that is named. So now I can type in equals, and it's in square brackets because it's a text box on the form. And we're going to select column. And that column is going to be 2. Let's see if this works. 0 is the key ID column, which you don't see but is there. 1 is the name. 2 is the third column. So imagine on the left here, to the left of Riverside, Central, Woodside, you've got the IDs, just like this table here. Open this again. So that's column 0, position ID 1, 2, and 3. Column 1 is position, and column 2 is yearly site fees. Obviously, in the exam, you can just be like, oh, which number would it be? Just try them all. Is it 0? And you'd be like, no, that's the ID. So it might be 1. Then you'd try 1. It doesn't take long to check, and you'd be, no, that's clearly wrong. It must be 2. So that is how in the exam you could just figure it out on the fly. It would only take you like 10, 20 seconds. So now we have a text box which shows the second column, which is actually the third because Access starts counting columns from 0. It just does. Just get used to it. And now we can show them, yeah, Riverside, that's 5. Central, that's 0. Woodside, that's 2. Because once I've clicked on it, it doesn't show me the number anymore of the increase. So that's why we have a separate box to show that. And we'll call that site fee. Let's have a look at the question. The yearly site fee adjustment percentage. So we could call it site fee adjustment percentage. Just put in shift 5% for that because it's shorter. There we go. Not looking too bad. It's serviceable. Now, if you run out of time here, you've done it. Look at how much we've ticked off. We've done a huge amount of this. We've got marks. But if in the exam you still have time for this part of the paper, you get part B. You get, for 14 marks, you do get 70 minutes, 1 hour and 10. If you've run out of time already, you've got marks. If you've still got some time left out of it, 70, like 10 more minutes, we can finish it off in the exam. Let's just tick off more. So let's change this to a rainbow pen. So combo box, select pitch, yearly site fee adjustment is shown. We just need to do these calculations. Now we've just got this little bit to do. So if you had 10 minutes left in the exam after doing Form A and this much Form B, you can do this. It would be amazing. You get a really good mark for this activity 6. That would be amazing. We just need to calculate and display new site fee and total fees. Once we've come this far, once you can do everything we've done so far, this is very easy. So we're going to draw a text box. We need to refer to this site fee adjustment. So I am going to rename this text box as we have before in property sheet to site fee adjustment. Notice how my name matches up with the label, site fee adjustment. I'll leave out the percentage. So we want to make sure we get the addition of the new fee. Let's just double check that is what I've called it. So new fee, so I'm clicking. Okay, I haven't renamed new basic site fee, so I will do that now. So I clicked on the text box for new next to the new basic site fee label, and I've called it new fee under other or all. So now that text box is called new fee. Let's double check that works. Yep, can you see that this text box is equals new fee text box using square brackets because we're referring to a text box on the same form is taking that number. If I change this number here, it changes there, so that's working. Change the label to new site fee. Not everything's all straight and like lined up, but Access isn't very good at that anyway, so It doesn't need to be a beautiful form, just usable. So we want new phi plus, and we're going to use brackets, circular brackets, round brackets here, like we do in maths to contain part of the calculation. So we change the way that we change the priority of things, just normal math stuff. We need to work out that 5 or 2 or 0%, which is from the site fee adjustment. Okay, so that is going to be the new fee again divided by 100 times the site fee adjustment. That is going to give us the percentage of new fee based on whether it's 5, 2 or 0% based on the position. New fee divided by 100, and obviously percentage. The percentage sign is a 1 and 0 and 0. I will show you. So this is a percent. As you can see, we've got the 1, the 0, and the 0. Can you see that? So that's why when you're doing percentages, you generally use number 100 somewhere, because the percent sign literally means 100. Because a percent is related to, 1% is 100. So we're going to divide new fee by 100 and times it by 0, 2, or 5. That is the 0, 2, or 5% of new fee. That is the site fee adjustment, which is here in the question. Riverside is 5% and so on. And we add it to this new fee. Basic site fee plus 5% or 2% or 0% is this calculation here. Go back and so basic site fee for 2023 is 2251. I'll add 49. We get 2300, and apparently 2% of 2300 is about 46. That sounds roughly right. There we go. We've worked that out, and when we have central, it's the same because central is no site fee adjustment. So that's working perfectly. Really good stuff. Not much left. Let's just tick this off. We just now need the total fees, which is of course trivial, the easiest text box on the whole form. That is just going to be this box here, which we need to give a name. So I will give it new site fee, which is the same as a label. And we just need to add the council fee, which we called new council. So we're just going to add new council to new site fee. That's it, all it is. Extremely easy. So this is going to be total fees. This is going to be council plus new site fee. And that is just going to be new site fee plus new council. Let's check I've got the names right. Obviously, Access will tell me if I got it wrong. This is called new council, so that's correct. So when I click on this box in the name, I can see new council, which is there, yep. And this one is called new site fee, yep. So that should work. I need to enter a new council fee. So let's say the old one was 255, this one is 274. And 2300 plus 274 is 2,574. Oh, I missed a space. There we go, total fee. I named it not like a label, but like a text box. Total fee. And this is our, on the left you can see it more clearly because I can zoom in. This is our completed design. The weirdest bit was probably working out the site fee adjustment by equaling combo position, that this combo box here, dot column, and figuring out we wanted column 2 because 0 is the primary key, 1 was the position name, 2 was the actual percentage. Let's just see quickly what happens if we put in a number that doesn't exist, like 5. There isn't a 5th column. It just doesn't show anything. So if you put in a number that's too high, it just won't show anything, just so you know. So keep changing the number until you get the one you want in your design view in the number in brackets after column. That is our completed Form B. Not easy, but to be fair, not that impossible. It really isn't that bad. Once you know what you are doing, it is perfectly possible to make this form, or at least part of it. The exam did help us a lot by giving us the clue, and I'll go back to it, the clue that Let's just tick everything off so we can see it's all ticked off. Well done us. Done. Everything done. We've got 4 marks. Look at the question. The highest year ID, that's D max. So the exam was very helpful and told us how to get the current year. And then we worked out next year, which should be one higher than the current highest year. They're telling us just add 1 to that previous thing. I just copied that, pasted it, and added 1. Then we had some delookups, some unbound text boxes for the user to add in their own numbers, which we gave a name so we could refer to it later. We added some things. This is probably the hardest bit, the site fee adjustment. But even if you can't get that working, you can at least add the new fee from up here to the new count on. Obviously, this will get you marks even if you haven't worked out how to get the new site fee percentage from this site fee adjustment. So there we go. Form B, once you break it down, it does make sense. There is a lot to it. We made a lot of text boxes, but it isn't impossible by any means. While you might in the exam not have the time to get every mark, you could at least get some. That is the end of Form 6B for Heatherburn Caravan Park. Next, we will do Activity 7. I will see you then.